Hi guys, welcome back to Too Cool for Middle School. I know I'm a little bit late on my April favorites. We're already almost halfway through May, but one of my goals for my channel this year was to do a monthly favorites video that just kind of tracks the things that I'm loving using in my classroom or with Jensen or just for myself. And I'm also tracking my clothing purchases. If you don't already know, I try to make ethical clothing purchases whenever possible and make sure that things are fair trade or made in the United States. My other goal about fashion this year was to only buy one piece per month, and that has not been happening because I have been too good at researching ethically made products, and I found too much good stuff. So the upside is I have all of that to share with you, and I've been able to, give information and reviews to you guys on all this good stuff that I've been finding. So anyway, let me show you a few of the things that I was loving in April. Actually, I can start here. I got this really pretty headband from Crystal Dawn. She has an Etsy shop, or actually I think now she has her own website. She's on Instagram, and I've been buying these from her for years. I actually bought the first ones when I was directing The Lion King, and she had these gold ones that were like really pretty, and I got them for all of the female lions, kind of indicate that they were the lionesses, but I've just been buying them for myself. They're really comfortable and really well made, and I love the fabrics that she chooses. And like right now it's Saturday and I just threw my hair in a crazy bun, and like my edges aren't always on point, so sometimes it's nice to just kind of cover those up and just have a little excitement going on my head. So anyway, that was the first thing. Okay, the other place that I have discovered recently is Carly Jean Los Angeles, and they make almost all of their pieces in LA. So I bought 4 tank tops from them in April. I know, that's more than one. They have really great like basic pieces. Their whole concept is kind of like a capsule wardrobe thing. So most of their pieces are pretty basic and just a few like patterns and things thrown in. And they're meant to just kind of like mix and match and wear for a really long time. Even if your like weight fluctuates a little bit or your lifestyle fluctuates a little bit, they are kind of adaptable. So anyway, I have 2 of these already. I think I showed them in my last favorites video, but I love these long like tunic tank tops. This one's in a medium. It's just kind of like a taupe color, and this works really well for me. I'm quite short, so it's pretty long on me. It's like very long and flowy. It's actually like longer in the back, very drapey. So on the weekends or whatever, I can wear these with like leggings. I love these with like a kimono or a cardigan over top. So I'm just a little bit too obsessed with these. I also got one in this dark gray color, and this one I got in a small just to see how it would fit. So the small fits me too. It's just a little bit more fitted like here at the top, but they're so soft, again made in LA. But yeah, so these are very similar, but they've been very useful for me. Okay, I've been just like stocking up on basics, so I got 2 more from Carly Jean. This one is just a really cute knotted gray tank top. So this one has a little bit thicker sleeves. It's not like the spaghetti strap. This isn't one I would necessarily wear like to work. This one I wore actually like while we were traveling. It's pretty long, so I wore this with my Girlfriend Collective leggings and like a long cardigan, and it was just really comfortable and good to just wear when you have a really long day. And then I also bought this as just like another basic piece. Again, this has a little tie at the bottom. It's a little bit of a different style than the last one, but again, just like a tank top. It is striped. This is more of like a ribbed look. This one's a little bit shorter, so this one I would wear more like with high-waisted jeans, which I bought for May, so I'll show you those in my May favorites. Okay, so I got all those comfy shirts, and then this I've really been loving as well. This is, it's a diaper bag actually. Close this part. This is from Logan and Lenora. They keep advertising them to me on like Instagram and stuff. So these are diaper bags, but you could use them for like gym bags or I just use it as a travel bag. Jensen and I had to travel to Portland at the beginning of April. And this is nice and roomy and big. It's waterproof and super cute. I mean, I love the stripes, you know, I love stripes and everything. This would be a great teacher bag. They're super durable and light. So this was perfect for while we were traveling. And then I just went ahead and put all my other favorite stuff in here. So I'll just pull it out. Okay, what's coming out for, oh yes, okay. This I also picked up while we were traveling. This is one of my favorite books I've ever read in my life. This was The Women in the Castle by Jessica Shattuck. I have more of a review on my second Instagram account, which is Too Cool for Middle School Books. It's just all about books. And I loved this one. This is about German women during World War II. Their husbands were in a plot to assassinate Hitler, so they were all hung. Well, you find out a little bit more about that as you go on. And this is actually mostly about the time after World War II and how people are trying to figure out how to like move on with their lives / commemorate what happened. Plus there are just like refugees everywhere. The whole world has just been shaken up. There are Russian refugees who, you know, were enemies. Like, what do you do with these people? So anyway, this book I just thought was a really interesting take on like a World War II novel. We've probably all read many historical fiction novels about World War II, but this one I think was really unique and just really well done. Let's see. Oh yes, this is another great book that I read during April. This is called Better Than Carrots or Sticks: Restorative Practices for Positive Classroom Management. And I actually made a whole video about how much I love this book, so I will link that video below. So also, Target has really been stepping up their like skincare and makeup selection. They're carrying brands that are a little bit nicer, a little bit more expensive, but they started carrying Bliss. And I picked up this Pore Patrol Deep Detox 4-Clay Souffle Mask. And I really like this. I just spray it onto like a flat foundation brush. That's how I always like to apply masks, is just with a brush. So I get a nice even layer and I don't get my fingers too messy. And I've been using this about once a week. I usually do a mask on like Sunday night. And this one feels really good and smells really good. And I also got this FabuLips Sugar Scrub. Makes me want to do it right now. During the month of April, my lips were just really dry and flaky, and no matter how much stuff I put on top of them, it wasn't really helping. So this was the only thing that did. I just had to use it to like scrub off everything, you know, that was just dry and not fun. And then it also has like lip balm in there. So this was kind of a savior for me in the month of April, and I'm still using it. What else do we have in here? Oh yeah. Okay, this I've been using for a little while. This was from a CosBox actually. This is Scentuals Rosehip Beauty Oil. And I always say this, but I never thought that I would like oils on my face because I have such oily skin already, but this is wonderful. I actually love the look now of like oily skin, but this doesn't like leave it oily. It just, it eventually just kind of absorbs into your skin. It smells really nice. I feel like this is making my skin look better, and it's all natural and ethically sourced, and everything that I get from CosBox I just love. Okay, I have two pairs of shoes to show you. These ones take a little bit of upkeep because they are suede. These are my flats from Tom's. I love these. They kind of look like little loafers, and then they've got these ruffles, and I love the mustard yellow color. I just think these are so cute. I've been wearing them to work. I wear like, you know, the really small kind of liner socks with them, and then I think they are so comfortable. And they just add kind of a pop of color, and I think they're just like a little bit on the weird side and just spice up my outfit. So I love these. And then on the weekends, I've been living in these Toms. These are just like slides. I love anything with the little pom-poms right now. And so these are like neutral, but then they've got, you know, a little something special going on. So I've been wearing these really, really constantly on the weekends. Totally comfortable and perfect for summer. I will probably go more into this eventually, but Tom's is not technically a fair trade company, but if you go to their website and you look at their like transparency in their business practices, they're much better than most companies, and they do a lot to make sure that all of their production practices are ethical and that they are employing and hiring people within the areas where they like give back the shoes. Everybody and their mom has told me about, you know, the Adam Ruins Everything video about Tom's. I know, I've seen it. And it's true that you just don't want to like blindly, you know, give your money to a company because it seems like they're ethical, but if you look into their production practices, they are doing pretty well. And I really like their style of shoes, so I buy a lot of Toms. Next month, I'm gonna have a couple other pairs to show you, not from Toms, but some different ethical companies, so check out my May favorites video whenever I get that one up. Movie recommendation from April was A Quiet Place with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Oh my goodness, if it is still in your movie theater, go see it in the movie theater, because I feel like it would be not quite as good like at your house, because you need to be in a dark, quiet place like a movie theater to see it. It's a horror movie, which I do not like. I don't like horror movies in general, but this one, they did such a good job of using like all of your senses and kind of taking away hearing, you know, it's called a quiet place, and just thinking of all of the things that would make you feel super, super vulnerable and putting those all together. But it's not gory. There's not a bunch of like screaming and craziness. It's not frantic at all, but it is very like nail biting. Like you're like, oh my goodness. But it's so good. And if you have a baby that you're always trying to like sneak around at night when they go to bed, it ends up kind of being really funny. Like me and my husband, every night when we try and get Jensen to bed now, we're like tiptoeing around like the people on The Quiet Place. Two other things. I went to an incredible conference in the month of April at USC, which is not far from me, the University of Southern California. They have this US-China Institute, and I think that they just recognize that a lot of teachers didn't have a wonderful education in like Asian studies or Chinese studies, and that's definitely true even of myself. I have a master's in history, but I know very little about Chinese history. So they offer a lot of free opportunities for teachers to come and get an amazing education. You get to hear from these like world-class lecturers about the history of China. And the one that I went to, they provided lunch, they provided breakfast, they provided parking, which is a huge deal at USC. We got to use their facilities. It was amazing. So if you live anywhere in the Southern California area and you can get on like the mailing list for the US-China Institute at USC, I would highly encourage you to do that because it was so good. And where I teach, so many of my students are Chinese or from China. And so I feel compelled, like I need to understand more about China. I need to understand more about my students, and I honestly feel like it would be irresponsible of me to not take advantage of those opportunities. Plus I just love it, so that's definitely a favorite for the month. And then the last thing is a lesson plan or like an activity from Building Book Love on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it's her paint chip poetry unit. So you can get that unit and then just do like anything you want with it. You know how some teachers go to like Home Depot and just like take a bunch of those like paint chip sample things? You could do that, or you can just get her little like $3 unit, and there's every color. There's lessons on like what different colors symbolize. You can talk about like different shades of meaning of words. You can do, like with my 8th graders, I used it to have them do a summary of a short story, and they had to choose a color that best represented the tone of the story, and then name all of the different shades of that color, like with the theme of the story. So it was a way to do like a summary that was a little bit more creative. And with my 6th graders, we just kind of analyzed color in general, and it was a really fun thing to do for Poetry Month, which is in April. So I would grab that right now to maybe save for next April when it's Poetry Month, but you could totally use it throughout the year, and it's really cheap. Like I think it's $3 on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I was like, I could use this like 10 times in a school year. So it's a really, really good deal. If Ashley sees this, maybe she will like bump up the price, so go get it now before she does that. Shall we end with a song? I feel like I always want to look at the songs I've been listening to. Let's see. This one, I've gotten back into Israel Houghton. It was a little tough for me for a while to listen to him. If you follow him, you know why. He had some controversy around him. And just as a worship leader, I was like, that is tough for me now to listen to, but it's been a while now. And his new album, it's called Reckless Love. It's pretty dang good, so I've been listening to that. Jensen likes listening to it. Kind of a weird hat that he's wearing on the cover of this album. But all of his original stuff, like his really old school, just his gospel choir stuff is so dang good. Like if I could listen to nothing for the rest of my life besides one thing, it might be Israel Houghton's old albums. They're that good. Like Israel, Fred Hammond, and Dietrich Haddon, and all them, like that might be my ultimate favorite. I mean, I don't always listen to them, but then as soon as I do, I'm just like, yes, like this is what music is supposed to do to your soul. So Israel Houghton making his comeback. And I like Adrienne, I like her, I think she is good for him. It was just a rough patch for a while. Especially because I saw him, like he was at our church multiple times when he was doing a bunch of dirt and acted like he wasn't. I don't like feeling lied to, so yeah, anyway, alright. Half of you are gonna be like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about, but you can Google it. There's no reason to rehash all of it. The point is, I like Israel Houghton's new album. Anyway, I'm gonna go edit this and put this up because April is almost over and you need to see all of these wonderful things. So, I will see you in my next video and very soon for May favorites. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.